Hello one and all, Carm3D here with you. I'm in the middle of a very long rendering session, rendering layer after layer, and I just thought I'd take a moment to show you how it's coming along. This is, the Moose project still. Let's see. Here's the landscape. I have to break this up into different layers. And working with layers is cool, but this time it's a necessity. And that's because HD instance requires your lights to be all the raycasting type light sources, and that's what I'm using for the instances, the trees and whatnot. And the fur on the moose is Sasquatch, and that needs to be spotlights with the whatever you call those things, the shadows that spotlights do. That's why I'm separating everything and have to composite it after the fact. I currently have the instances set to cast shadows only. The lake is just matted to a single color. And here you have the fill layer for the lake. You can see I have the trees lined up against the lake on the far side are on. They cast their reflections, so that way they can catch the reflections in the lake. And I also have it blocked out so that it rendered faster. And of course here's the lake key, which serves to be the key for that layer. And here you have trees, all of the instances that would be behind the moose. And the instances that will be in front of the moose will be a separate layer. Here's everything together. And let's take a look at color correction. This is not final by any means, but I have a color corrector node here. The interface looks like this. That's better. Alright, now this is something I've seen that the guys in Hollywood do, like Transformer movies, stuff like that. You got the shadows, the midtones, and the highlights. Now these can be pretty much anywhere you want. Some people like to use like the yellows and the blues, but basically you all line them up on the same line so that they're on opposite ends of the color wheel, because opposite colors complement each other. But this might look kind of funky. Not bad, looks like an old photo. But anyway, these can be anywhere as long as you keep them lined up on the same vector of the color wheel. You put it over here and then you get weird results. Still not entirely undesirable, but this is what the big boys do in Hollywood, at least as far as I've seen. And I did another interesting thing on this composite that I'm going to show you. Let me put these back where they were. Okay. After this node, I put a blur node that blurs it, and then I layered that back on top of the color corrected node, like this. But I used the color dodge mode, and it's only applying a little bit, not too much, because then you get this. But it kind of adds a cool effect to that. None of this is final, of course, but that's where I'm at. I still have to render the moose layer, the foreground instances, and that's it. I'm going to this animation, by the way, is the first third of the animation. The animation is broken up into 3 basic parts, and I'll probably just put the animation up on my website after the first third is done, and then I'll animate and render the second third and put that one up, and then the surprise third will be up when it's complete. But I think it's still show-worthy after just the first third. because it looks pretty and all. Anyway, until next time, take it easy.